listen to?
I listen to mostly classical music.
Okay.
Thinking
Well,
of
we're not going to do bolero.
I was thinking of doing something kind of like film music in a warm, rosy, sentimental vibe.
One, two, three.
longing for the day we can build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city. Not a city of angels, but we can build a city of men. We may not reach the ending, but we can start. Slowly but truly mending, brick by brick and heart by heart. Now, maybe now, we start learning how we can build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city. Not a city of angels, but we can build a city of men. When your trust is all but shattered, when your faith is all but killed, you can give up, bitter and battered, or you can slowly start to build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city. Not a city of angels, but finally a city of men. Of men. We're only human. A city of men. Of men.
Jessica Rom-Foster. Livestream started a little late for those of you in the room, and so they have a countdown clock on the live stream that's going on the live stream. So we're going to hold so that we start with the live stream. So, and for the Zoom room, good morning to everybody. So good to see you here.
All right.
All right, welcome everyone. Welcome everybody on our live stream, and welcome everyone here in the room. Give yourselves a hand. Woohoo! We are so delighted you joined us, whether watching in real time right now on the stream or later, and the people who've come here to be with us in person, especially with what's going on in the media.
Yeah,
and
there's
in the
some
nation.
scary stuff
So
going on right now.
we want to be really clear and safe, right? Everyone here, take care of yourselves. We have long championed the vaccines, and everyone on staff is vaccinated. As you know, a couple weeks ago, we had one of our band members test positive. He was fully vaccinated and tested positive. He's fine. He was over his infection very quickly and didn't pass it to his wife and children. And we have since been tested as staff, and everyone is tested negative. Everything is copacetic. And we want you to know that whatever you choose to do to protect yourself is good. But we are asking that people who attend are vaccinated. People, if you're attending our services live and in person, that you're vaccinated. And the good news is, and we really need good news, so I'm going to champion it, is that the vaccines work.
Yeah.
Right? So when you can get vaccinated, if you're too young to get vaccinated, take it one step at a time, but that you realize that vaccines help you from getting seriously ill.
Yes.
Right? And our unity teachings help you to stay healthy and in the face of all disease.
Indeed.
But just because we're a unity, as unitics, as I like to call us, doesn't mean that we're never going to get a headache again.
Right.
It doesn't mean we're not going to get a hangnail or have body aches and pains. But we use our principles and our teaching and our affirmative prayer in the midst of all of those situations to help us navigate them, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we use the teachings and the prayers for, and you guys get to protect yourselves as you see fit. So we're delighted to share more about that with you, and I'll talk about it a little bit again in the talk, because my talk title today is Bumps in the Road. And certainly we've had a few bumps in this road for the last year and a half, haven't we? So how to navigate the bumps in life's road. So welcome to Unity San Francisco. You're welcome to be masked or unmasked here in the sanctuary, and we are delighted that you've joined us.
Yes, we are. So just so we back up a little bit now that we've done our PSA. My name is Misa Malone. I'm the music director here. The gentleman who is just speaking is our senior minister, the one and only Reverend Ken Daigle.
Yay! Hi, guys.
we are very grateful that you're all here. And again, regarding the vaccine, it's not a catch-all. It's not it's not a suit of armor, right? It is an opportunity for us to make sure that we're not going to get completely sick, but we still need to be vigilant and make good choices.
Yay!
Because not everybody believes the way that we believe.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely, and we protect the most vulnerable. I
Yes.
want to take this opportunity to introduce our new.
gonna
Okay, you do
that.
it. You do it. You're the music director, but I want to just because I always get to the end of service and haven't introduced the band, and it's like.
So today we have in service with us on drums an old friend returning again, Jason Slota. If everyone to pay, But on keys, I want to just really quickly. So on keys we have Mr. Alex Goodhart. And when I tell you that there is definitely something to this affirmative prayer and, just divine order and things in action, we found him on Facebook because Carl Pantel, our normal keyboard player, he's got some life things going on and hasn't been able to be with us, so we had to source another musician. I put a call out on Facebook. I had a lot of different people respond, but the one that resonated was with Alex. Come to find out, Alex is connected to us on so many different pathways. And we were talking today with Marty, one of our prayer chaplains. I said, Alex's being here is manifestation in action. And he said, you know what? I have to say that's true for me as well. You and us coming together that's divine order in play. So I just have to thank you,
Welcome, Alex. Good to have you here.
So you'll get to hear him play, and he will hopefully be partnering with us for a long time to come.
And back with us is Ruby Day. Yay. Back to sing for us.
Yes.
We have a great service. Let's start and have Ruby come up and join us, right? And we'll start with an opening prayer and an opening song. So as Ruby gets into position, I invite you all to get comfortable, to allow the chair here in the room to hold you, or if you're at home, wherever you're seated, to allow it to fully support you so that this music and these words can pour through you and to shift your experience of the day. I invite you to take a deep breath and to enjoy this.
Let me fall. Let me climb. There's a moment when fear and dreams must collide. Someone I am is waiting for courage. The one I want, the one I will become will catch me. So let me fall if I must fall. I won't heed your warnings. I won't hear them. Let me fall. If I fall, though the phoenix may or may not rise, I will dance so freely, holding on to no one. You can hold me only if you too will fall away from all these useless fears and chains.
So we take this moment to know that we must step out and risk falling, to step out in faith, knowing that as we move, the net appears, wings sprout, and that we can fall, tumble, and get up again. For in every moment, every step along the way, the divine is at work in us and through us, lifting us, guiding us, nurturing us. That every step is the next right step. There is no path that doesn't lead you to your ultimate destiny. The stumble opens you to the highest and best. That is a yearning to break through. So today, in this moment, we affirm that we fear not. We step forward in faith with courage and with conviction, knowing that we are guided, held, and supported. And we take the next step forward on that illumined path. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen.
Someone I am is waiting for my courage. The one I want, the one I will become will catch me. So let me fall if I must fall. I won't heed your warnings. I won't heed
Ruby Day.
Thank you so much. And Ken, for that opening prayer, thank you. If there is anything on your heart, one of the things that we teach, that we practice here, is affirming prayer, knowing that the divinity is already within each one of us in an unlimited, fully expressing way, and then we agree, we affirm with you that that blossoming of the true flower is already happening in your life. So there's different ways to submit a prayer request. You can go to our website. You can submit a prayer request that way. You can also fill out a prayer request, leave it in the prayer request box. And there's also prayer chaplains available after service to agree with you. So join with us in this affirmative divine field. But now we're getting ready for our first community song. And I just want to remind all of us, all of our wonderful friends that are viewing with us live, that you have the opportunity to have a more interactive experience with our Sunday service. Go to our website, click on Spiritual Salon, join with us in that way, because right after this community song, we're going to be having a meet and greet. Those of us in the sanctuary, please ask your friend what they're open to, what social distance they would like. And those of you online, go to the Spiritual Salon Zoom room, and we'll say hello to you as well. But for now, I invite you to stand as you're willing and able. Let's lift our voice in faith. Let's sing together, One Step.
I figured you'd want to sing it with us officially, huh? One step, one step, one step, one step. Old-time religion is a box I do not fit in. I am metaphysical, I am transcendent. Change the situation by changing your mind. Raise the vibration by knowing you are divine. Make a mental pact, one step, repeat. I surrender to the presence of the God in me. Make a mental pact, one step, repeat. I am practicing the presence of the goddess in me. What do you believe? You've got to know your truth. Pure potential possibility, that is you. If you stand in opposition, you perpetuate the thing. Would you resist? Persist, so let love be what you bring. Make a mental pact, one step, repeat. I surrender to the presence of the God in me. Make a mental pact, one step, repeat. I am practicing the presence of the goddess. One step, one step, one step, one step. Follow your intuition and the passion that you got. Be pulled by your vision, don't get pushed by your thoughts. Everything experienced is energetic. Be aware of energy you give and you get it. Out of the routine, slip into observer state. Change your mind by changing habits, choose a different way. Say, oh yes, to your highest and your best. What you desire, you can straight up manifest. Make a mental pact, one step, repeat. I surrender to the presence of the God in me. Make a mental pact, one step, repeat. I am practicing the presence of the goddess. One step, 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 one step. All right, it is now time for our meet and greet. Please make sure you say hi to the folks on Zoom. Please respect people's wishes for social distancing and whether or not they're interested and or comfortable with giving hugs. Welcome to Sunday.
Great to see you all. Hey, Carol. Mwah. On platform now. She's going to take this over. Alan Klein is behind me waving. Oh, I was going the wrong way. Alan's behind me. Hi, sweetie. So, saying hi. And Misa's on platform.
Yes, I am. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, it is such a wonderful thing and a joy to be in the presence of other people, right? I mean, let's just stop there. Not only to be in fellowship and in understanding and be in a group of folks where we can learn, but just to there's like a person I don't live with, right there. It's a great and amazing thing. So thank you again. Thank you everyone on Zoom for participating as well. It's now our time of giving and receiving. We have a lot of different ways that you can give and then receive here at the church, but you can text Unity SF to 44321 to donate. You can also click on the little box on our website, or you can click on any of the links in the various chats if you're viewing on YouTube or Facebook. But today, I'm happy and honored to present the president of the board, Mr. Frank Burgoyne, who is going to come and share with us why he chooses to give of his time, talent, and treasure to Unity San Francisco. Frank, come on.
Thanks a lot, Misa. It's wonderful to be here today. You know, last weekend, Noelle and I had an opportunity to get out of the city, which we were really, really looking forward to. We went to San Luis Obispo, and we had both had really exhausting weeks and just couldn't wait to hit the road and get there. And, it was supposed to take about 4 hours. And one thing after another happened on the road. There was construction. There was the Gilroy Garlic Festival, which I wasn't aware of. And that 4-hour trip turned into about 7.5 hours. And we were not really thinking about Unity principles a whole lot. In fact, I think we were doing kind of the opposite. And so anyway, we realized that we kind of blew it, and we also didn't take Google's suggestions to go on a detour. We thought, oh, no, let's just stay on 101. So anyway, we had to do a little wake-up call, and that's what I'm getting at. Here at Unity, I get wake-up calls regularly. And when we decided, how we were going to get home and not face, a really terrible experience, we did it a little differently. And that's a lot what I experience here at Unity. I learn how to do things differently. And so we decided before we hit the road, we did some affirmative prayer. Wow, what a concept. We did not do that on the way. And we also did some affirmations. And we decided we would follow Google Map suggestions no matter what. So the trip went very, very smoothly. Surprise, surprise. So that's one of the reasons I give, is the education I get here. Every week I learn things, and I'm someone who needs regular reminders, because it's really easy to go back to the old ways. And I get that here, but on top of that, I can get education on YouTube. But when I come here, and it's thrilling to see the turnout today, I get that connection. I get community. And I get the education. So it's just really easy and fun to give back to this community, whether it's, volunteering in hospitality or greeting or giving money so that everything can keep rolling the way it is. So just so grateful to have an opportunity to share today. And I'm going to keep coming back. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Frank. Oh, no, you're good. You're good. Thank you so much, Frank. It's amazing how you can find everyday ways to reinforce and reconnect with your practices, but also to see affirmative action and affirmative prayer in the flow, right? As I said, Alex, perfect example, affirmative prayer in action. So we have an affirmation that we say to really ground this principle. So I'm gonna say it once. I want you to know it with me. I give with abundant love and joy. As I give, I receive. You know that with me, please?
I give with abundant love and joy. As I give, I receive.
I'm sorry, I didn't believe that. No, I didn't believe it. So do you need to stand up to stand in it? I think you need to stand up. This is standing in dominion and conviction. If I give with love and joy, what am I going to get back? I'm going to get back love and joy. What? 10-fold, 100-fold, 1,000, infinite. Because the universe is filled with infinite potential, right? So if I open myself up to give abundantly, which is another word for infinitely, what I get back is an infinite, continuous, infinity loop of blessing. Think about it like that, an infinity loop of blessing. I'm down for an infinity loop of blessing. So let's say it again. I give with abundant love and joy. As I give, I receive. I felt that. Did you feel that, Kim?
I did.
Come
I
on.
felt that. That's
Come on.
great. Woo. And thank you. You set me up as like, I'm going to his energy again, right? And what makes that hard, as Frank talks about, is those bumps in the road, that construction in the road. You know, I've been doing a series on abundance, about abundance lessons from life itself, how the universe is constantly providing us everything we need. And I shared this picture of the abundance just on my deck and all the things it taught us over the last couple of weeks. But this week's lesson is a little different. This week's lesson is bumps in the road. So when the flowers don't look so good, when you forget to water them and you come home to all the wilted petunias and you come home to the construction that makes you 2 hours late for an event, and when you get the diagnosis, and when a friend unexpectedly dies, and when life happens, how do you hold to the principle then? How do you hold in that space? How do you keep going for that dream, for that goal you've been trying to achieve all those years, when every time you step forward, a new obstacle seems to be in the way, or there's a new wall, or somebody else is saying no? Do the principles still work then? And I know that if you've been on this journey, like I have, there's been some days where it just does not seem to be working, right? And I'm going to have Ruby come up now, because there's a song that I heard a couple years ago that intensifies this idea that how hard it is sometimes just to keep going. And Ruby's going to lead us, and they just keep moving the line.
The field was bright with clover. I saw the finish sign. I started as a rover, and then victory was mine. I thought the race was over, but they just keep moving the line. They cheered at my persistence, but prayed for my decline. The path of least resistance led to Hollywood and Vine. I tried to go the distance, but they just kept moving the line. I jumped all of the hurdles to break out of the pack. I started on the inside just to hit the inside track. I left the other fillies back at the starting gate. Was ready on my mark. I got to set to hurry up and wait.
I toast to resurrection. Whoa! But I saw some of you couldn't contain yourself in your seats. It was like, thank you, Ruby. Because I want to get out. And how many of us experience that when we think we've got there and we start the race all over again? Right? Because there's no finish line, folks. There's no finish line to life here on earth in our human experience. I'm hearing the music. It's like echoing in my mind all the time. But there's no place we go where it's done. The journey is what we're all here for. The spiritual journey with each other in our human experience. Those moments of incredible pain and incredible triumph all at the same time. That we celebrate that beautiful song and it's over. And what's next, Ruby? Right? What's the next song? What's the next thing? What's the next achievement? And in all of our lives, we get to the place where we think, okay, I'm going to be here and it's all going to be okay. And then there's something else. And then we get to the age where we supposedly are golden years. And we start learning how to adjust to all the different challenges that come with that time of life. So one of the abundant lessons from life right now, for me, is the bumps in the road. COVID. You know, the birth of my son who's downstairs with major surgery needed. It's a blessing and it's scary at the same time. And I know some of you have sat in the doctor's chairs and gotten a diagnosis that's like, oh, this is a bump in the road, but you're not the diagnosis, right? And health is your birthright, but that doesn't mean that it is constant and consistent. We are spiritual beings, whole and abundant and true, and we're having a human experience. And if we try and not have the human experience and not honor that journey, that struggle, that bump, then we're missing part of what makes the joy so profound, so rewarding, so meaningful, because it comes with knowing everything it took to get there. And what we've overcome. And everybody on Facebook and social media puts on this beautiful picture of what life's like. And if you know, at my house, we have all the family pictures lined up down the hall now. And they're gorgeous. But there was a lot of struggle in between those photos, right? There were some days where it wasn't so pretty. And we forget that that's part of the picture, folks. That's part of the journey, is that will happen. It's supposed to, because we're having this human experience. And in that, there's peace. There's peace, because nothing on this life is permanent. Nothing. And when we can own that, then the possibilities emerge. The next step along the way in the abundance lessons I keep experiencing in life is to wake up. And I say that because it's about knowing yourself, to wake up to who you really are. And this isn't a judgmental kind of wake up to who you are. We talked last week about owning your dominion, standing in your authority, knowing that you are a perfect divine expression, that you are made in the image and the likeness of the energy of life itself, and that it is your right to claim dominion. You claim the beauty of the earth as yours. You claim the abundance of the earth as yours. But you need to wake up and understand what your nature is. Are you the kind of person that sees the glass half full or half empty? Or you see it as perfect balance of water and air? What is your natural disposition? And when you can understand that you are an expression of the divine, that you're here on purpose to do what you are meant to do, to love, to be, to shine like only you can shine, then you can relax and say, my true nature, my proclivities, my talents, my natural set is perfect, whole, and complete. And we can stop apologizing for who we are. I am who I am. Period. And that's a beautiful thing. Know yourself. Know yourself so that you know when you need help, when you need to reach out to friends, when the depression starts to take over, and you need to get your dream team in to boost you. Know yourself when life has a few bumps. What's the best way for you to get over it? Is it some alone time? It is for me. As you noticed, I'm an extrovert. But I recharge by myself. I recharge in isolation. And I need that, right? I need that time so that I can come out and be with you all and do other things in my life and be fully present for that. And that kind of knowing yourself is invaluable. If you're 20 years old or 80 years old, it's not too late to know yourself, right? And because 15 or 14 or 13 or 16, I have them here in the room with me today too, please start knowing yourself and loving who you are. Because when you get to the other end of the spectrum, and you're having to make the adjustments for the life bumps that have said, oh yeah, now you got to deal with that. If you know yourself, you have a roadmap to navigate it. You have a roadmap to get through it. And this is the crucial time to understand that. I want to say this for myself because I need to hear it occasionally from those who love me, and I want to say it to you. You are beautiful, and your loving is a miracle. It is truly a miracle. And when you love and you share your love, the world is forever changed and blessed. Right? Do you understand that? That if we can move in that energy, I won't be giving prosperity talks anymore, abundance talks anymore, because we will be living in it. We won't be withholding from ourselves and from each other. The next one, the abundance lessons of life, is surrender. And this one is so hard for me. What do you mean surrender? I'm going to climb that mountain. I keep running that race, and they keep moving the line. Surrender, as JD talked to you a couple weeks about, is going over to the side that's winning. Surrender means giving up your personal ambitions and understanding that there's something larger going on. I heard Oprah talk about it. She said, there's no failure. There's no failure. Failure is just a way to get you on the right track. As she said it, fool, you're not supposed to be doing that job. You're supposed to be doing this one. This is the one you've come here to do. But we get so stuck because success is that salary, success is that job, success is that relationship, success is that outfit. Oh boy, those were some tragic mistakes. Outfits that I look back on pictures and I'm going, what was I thinking? Plaid pants was not a good look on me. And it was cute. It was adorable. I bought them in Tokyo, and I loved the journey. But surrendering to things happen. As a gift from one of our members, I spent a week with Byron Katie in Ojai, California, learning to love what is, right? And boy, do they put you through the mill, a week long of loving what is. And so they give you a couple things to resist loving what is. What do you mean there's no food today? What do you mean? Like all the different ways they can trigger you happen so that you can learn to love no matter what. Surrender means loving no matter what. No matter whether you're getting it back from the person you're giving it to, whether you're meeting your success as you think it should be. Surrender will lead you to where you're supposed to be. I talk about it this way. You ever watched, an adventure movie? And somewhere in every adventure movie I bet you've ever seen, the hero or heroine is captured. She's in the enemy camp, surrounded. She's got, guns aimed at her or arrows aimed at her. She's a prisoner. And in that moment, in captivity, in her surrender, she finds the way out. And there's a new victory in the movie, overcoming because she had surrendered to the enemy. And that's what happens in our life when we stop battle. We find the way to ultimately succeed. Surrender is so multi-leveled that I invite you to practice it on a daily basis. Surrender to traffic. Frank. Surrender to the weather. Surrender to the reality that you're currently facing. And the last lesson I want to talk about today is keep on keeping on. Persistence is what makes success. Persistence is what really counts. But many people, and you've seen them, become stuck in the failure, and it becomes the story, and it becomes the excuse, and it becomes the reason. Because the story has energy. Keeping on just means putting one foot in front of the other, in front of the other, in front of the other, no matter what. And one of my first ministers talked about it this way. The chains that used to bind me are here to remind me that in truth, I am free. I am free. And while we may feel the tug of the chain that used to be there, we keep putting one foot in front of the other foot, in front of the other foot, in front of the other foot, and that's what makes the difference in our lives. That's where we get to experience the abundance of life. That's where we get to really love, really shine, and experience what you may call success. So that faith, that knowing that you're free, that there's good in your life already, and that there's more down the line, is what makes all the difference. I'm going to invite Misa to come back onto platform and to let us take that into our time of meditation, because surrender and keep on keeping on, that knowing that our good is already here and just waiting for us to step in, is a journey that I am still learning in my life, and that I want to celebrate with each and every one of you. Misa.
I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am stronger every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and pure and free as I continue walking in this mystery. There may be walls, there may be roadblocks in my way, but I can choose to take a higher path each day. And now I know that what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that held me down.
Take a deep breath. I invite you to get comfortable and to let those words and this music take you someplace else. I'm reminded of the words of Marianne Williamson. Your playing small doesn't serve the world. And the lyrics of this song, it was only habit and regret that held me down. So we open ourselves to seeing ourselves wholly and fully, seeing those moments when we all have let regret and resentment get in the way of love, get in the way of progress, get in the way of learning, knowing ourselves, succeeding. Invite you in this safe place to remember one of the largest disappointments of your life, to feel into it, to see and remember the pain. See who you were in those moments. See the beauty that you brought to those moments. See the love you shared. And see that moment as a huge success. For no matter what happened, in truth, it has brought you to this present moment. It is to who you are today. It has taught you empathy. It has taught you compassion. It has built within you resilience and strength. These are the greatest gifts of your life, the things we seem to want to push away so much. So we surrender and accept that the universe knows best, knows what is our highest and best. And today, we take the next right step and the next right step on that journey. I will surrender. I do surrender every moment of every day. And as we come back into this room, we let Misa and our band celebrate this process with us.
My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and pure and free as I continue walking in this mystery. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am kinder every moment, every day. It makes me stronger every moment, every day. And I am grateful for every moment of every
Misa. Thank you, Ken. One of the things that we do here at Unity San Francisco is we choose to set an intention, knowing the divine within us is manifesting in consciousness and in thought and then in choice. And so we call them spiritual practices. If you're here in the sanctuary, there's a card in the chair in front of you. I'll explain to all of you online, there's also a button. But we look at these moments of bumps in the road, and then I choose to set my intention, not just for this week, but right now, because this now moment is the truth. So here's some examples. If these ring true for you, then you're invited to join with us. Right now, I'm choosing to surrender to the journey and choosing to know yourself, how my batteries get recharged, and to choose to do that when I need it. Choosing to take the next right step again and again. Whenever it's needed, I just choose to still take that step, and choosing to set my intention ahead of time that when I'm in need, I'm going to choose to keep the faith. Choose to believe once again. So there's a card in the chair in front of you. If you're viewing with us online, there's a button. If you're viewing on our website, Spiritual Practices button, or if you're on another platform, check out the chat, click the Spiritual Practices. There's even a room for you to write your own, a fifth spot. So these are ways to connect with us, to set your intention, and we agree with you for your good unfolding as you. And also one little last moment or piece is that if you're a first-time guest on the connection card, just let us know. We'd love to send you a little gift, a little token of our love. And if you're here in the sanctuary, you can leave it in the offering basket by the door. So now let's move forward. Let's invite back Reverend Ken.
Well, now it's time for blessing of the children. And as I mentioned, my little one is downstairs right now, but we're going to leave him down there. Makes the rest of my day easier that way. He's lovely, and he's going to want to play the drums for Jason if he's up here. So, but there's children all over the world, as we all know, who are in need of this affirmation. And some of them are sitting here in this room, and I'm not talking about the kids sitting in this room, I'm talking about the adults sitting in this room whose child didn't hear this, right? If you didn't hear this when you were a child, let me say it to you right now. You are God's perfect expression of divine life. We love you exactly the way you are. Understand that? We love you exactly the way you are. And can we all know that together for ourselves and for the world's children? You are God's perfect expression of divine life. We love you exactly the way you are. And so it is. I'm going to invite Misa back up to the platform, and we're going to talk about a couple quick announcements. One of them first is our weekly ways to connect.
Yes, absolutely. On our website, we have this wonderful new feature where every single day of the week, there is a way for you to tap in to the content and the lessons and the music and the meditations that happen during the week. Every single day, there's some offer, something new that you can use to renew and recharge and just reinvigorate yourself and realign with the practices that we are all struggling, but continuing
and
to lean into
to.
and surrendering and leaning into them every day. So we have that weekly ways to connect on our website. Also, we are live, we are in person, we are in the sanctuary. If you are one of our international and or across this nation guests, because we have folks logging in on Zoom from all over the place, we would love to have you come, provided you're vaccinated, and you can show proof of that. But we would love to have you come and join us in person in the sanctuary.
We're on the honor system.
We are on the honor system. Okay. Yeah.
Don't want any misconceptions.
No misconceptions. No, not at all. Yeah. But we would love to have you. We would love to see you in fellowship and just join in learning with you together here in person. We have some great classes coming up. Ken, you want to talk about that?
So in 2006, after being in Unity for many, many years in New York City, I went to Unity Villages in Missouri, and outside of Kansas City, Missouri, and I walked into a class for the first time there, and Reverend Dr. Paul Hasselbeck was teaching his metaphysics class, which is Unity theology. And it just blew my mind because I had thought I understood what Unity was until Paul said it. And it was like, wow. And so I was deep in it, and he has become a teacher. He was my teacher for many years, and now he's a friend and a colleague. And I'm so delighted that he's coming back. He's come, I think, for the last 7 years in a row. He spends a week with us every summer, and this summer he's teaching metaphysics too.
Yes.
So he's speaking on the 15th, and if you have not experienced Paul Hasselbeck, you need to experience his
Bless
metaphysics
yourself.
class. So it starts on that Sunday at 1:30 right after, and then it will be the next 4 days in the evenings. There's more information on the website. You can sign up. You can get his book. It's available in Kindle, and you can just download it right to your phone or your tablet. And then I'm starting to teach on the 22nd, Flight, which is the third of the Absolute Abundance classes. And this one is going to take off to another level. We're going back in and diving deeper. There's a bunch of people who have taken it here. Raise your hand for if you're in the room and have taken it. Yeah. So you can ask any one of them about what the experience was like for them, and then sign up for our class. Starts on the 22nd. It's going to be on Sunday afternoons, both here in the sanctuary and on Zoom.
Yep.
And that's the same for Paul
Paul's class.
Hasselbeck's
Yep.
classes too. Okay, and the next announcements, I think, is yours to
Yes,
handle.
exactly. So, affirmative prayer, what is it? We've been talking about it all morning. So, there is an affirmative prayer workshop to introduce anyone who is new to Unity or new to the understanding of affirmative prayer versus beseeching prayer. Anybody
Or rote prayer or traditional prayer.
Traditional prayer, depending on what your upbringing was and your understanding. So this is a great workshop that Rev Deanne will be holding, where she really breaks it down and gives you the building blocks that you need so that you can move forward in positive affirmative prayer. And then that is just the precursor to the big event, which is our Unity SF prayer retreat. All of the prayer chaplains will be there, and it's really a wonderful 3-day experience at the Mercy Center in Burlingame, where beautiful grounds, beautiful resources, beautiful food, and you just really dig deep and go into just that spiritual plane and understanding how to tap into consciousness and really stand in dominion and conviction, and how you can really speak to affirmative prayer.
Right. And so on Sundays, we have our meditation here in the morning at 10 o'clock to 10:30 here in the sanctuary, and on Zoom. Join us for the meditation before service, led by Marty this week. Dave Cooperberg leads them too, and then Reverend Elizabeth will be back in September to be leading them again. And we have the pleasure of having her in the room today.
Yeah, she's in the room today. Glad
so
to see
don't
her.
miss that meditation. It's powerful. And hospitality is downstairs today. And we have a Zoom room in hospitality too, a table set up with Zoom room so we can meet with our friends who aren't coming into service yet or who are across the country and have conversations with them over hospitality. So join us downstairs for hospitality. And then the last thing is I want to say thank you. Thank you to our AV team, to Cleo, to our music team, as they're coming up on platform too. It takes a village. Thank you to our band, our platform assistants, to everybody who's done hospitality today. It really does take a village to make this all happen, and I'm grateful for each and every one of you. And our closing affirmation is this: I lovingly create a world of safety, equity, and equality. I lovingly, I'm going to say it again, I, no one else has to do but mine, right? I lovingly create a world of safety, equity, and equality. Can we know that?
Yes.
I lovingly create a world of safety, equity, and equality.
Yes.
And so it is.
And so
Amen.
it is.
And now I invite you to stand at home and here in the sanctuary and make a joyful noise with us as we sing Grateful, the Daniel Nahmod hymn. And we're going to have our drums take us in, right?
Oh, get on your feet. Let's make a joyful noise, yeah? You know this one. Hey! All that I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be. blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all. All that I am, all that I see, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all. For it all. Na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na. Grateful for it all. Na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na. Grateful for it all. Thank you so much, everyone. Happy Sunday.